Serling with a midterm report on this year's inner track meet here at Aqueduct. The inner track is the most used of any of our dirt surfaces at the 3 New York Racing Association racetracks, and it's also a racetrack that is perceived at least to have the most bias of any of our surfaces, where frequently people think speed is deadly, and frankly that is just not the case, or at least hasn't been the case over the last few years. Yes, it is the surface that is most inclined to be speed favoring, but overall we have a very even surface. It just so happens, as we tape this, that we've had inside speed tracks the last couple of days of January, and when you have biases, you want to pay attention to them, because A, you want to downgrade the performances of horses that took advantage of being on the inside, and you want to upgrade horses that had wide trips that tried to close, especially when those horses come back on a much fairer surface. But be careful, and don't just assume that this track is favoring speed, or you'll fall in the trap of betting overbet speed horses on a surface that is not necessarily helpful to those horses. Personalities play a big role here on the inner track, and we'll start and talk about the trainers here. Now, obviously, things have changed a lot this year as we have the increased purses, and we have a lot of new people trying the circuit around here we haven't really seen before. Now, one of those people is trainer Juan Carlos Guerrero. Now, he made a big name for himself in recent times down at Parks, Philadelphia Park, by winning a huge percentage of his races and also being deadly off the claim. He has run about 10 horses here, many of them short prices, and they have dramatically underperformed. It's early, he could turn things around, but as of now, Juan Carlos Guerrero is a trainer that came in here with a big reputation, and his horses have not been duplicating their out-of-town form in New York, and that's something you always have to be aware of, because another trainer who has horses here during the year, but primarily trains at Finger Lakes and other tracks, is Chris Engelhart, and Chris Engelhart has been nothing if not very impressive so far at the inner meet. His horses are running extremely well, and you're not talking about horses that are always very short prices. There have been opportunities with his horses. Whether or not this continues in the future, I don't know, but you want to watch for guys shipping in and pay very careful attention to how their horses are running. As far as the riding colony, Ramon Dominguez, the 2-time now Eclipse Award-winning jockey, obviously is the main man around here, but he's also somebody whose horses are dramatically overbet quite frequently. And this winter, we have a much stronger jockey colony than we've had in other years. Junior Alvarado rode here last winter. He has been terrific this winter, a much improved rider. Just to give you an idea of the depth of this colony, David Cohen, who's easily been the second leading rider here the last 2 winters, I believe as we tape this, is in 6th right now. And he's not having a bad winter. It's the competition is that much steeper. Now, a couple of riders that got a lot of attention are Ryan Cortolo and Ortiz, 2 apprentices that won a lot of races. However, both of them have lost their bug. Ryan Cortolo, he lost his bug after Friday's races. We'll see how he does as a journeyman. For me, though, I think Ortiz of the 2 riders is more likely to be successful as a journeyman, but it's a very difficult switch if for no other reason they're not going to get the same kind of mounts they got as apprentices. But this is a very good riding colony. And that's it. Andy Serling with your midterm report.